a little chilly. Oh, nothing wrong with a little chili. Chili makes things interesting. So what's up, guys? My goodness, you guys have overwhelmed me with how awesome you are. My first video got a lot of responses, and for that I thank you. Lots of questions and comments. You guys know how I feel about comments. So thank you very much for all of your support. I hope to make many, many more vlogs for you, and like I said, always comment below if you have anything that you want to see, or the questions you want to ask, etc., etc. And I will get to those in future vlogs. Hopefully they will not all take me 2 weeks. But I've been dealing with some stuff, guys. Dealing with some stuff. We've had a lot going on with school, and I have been sick. I don't know if you guys can tell in my voice, but I've definitely been sick. Which sucks. I don't get sick a lot. And sick sucks. Sucks so bad. I don't know how those people that, you know, are kind of sick all the time. I think everybody has those people in their life, the sick all the time people. I don't know how they do it, man. I really don't. I'm miserable. Especially when it's head colds. Head colds are the worst. And in my opinion, you know, the only thing they come second to is any kind of vomiting. Oh, God, vomit. It's funny that I work in, you know, a medical profession, because I can't stand vomit. Not people vomit, not dog vomit, not cat, not any kind of vomit. I can deal with a lot of other things, just not that. Oh, it's so bad. Ooh, sorry girl, didn't mean to grind on you. Ooh. So bike questions. Let's address some bike questions today. I got a lot of interest on my other vlog as to, come on, what kind of bikes I've had and if I've ever been pulled over. You know what's funny is that I've never been pulled over. I don't have cop trouble on the bike, which is good for me. Probably because I'm not a super speed demon. You know, I just enjoy being on the bike. Not to say fast isn't fun, because let's be real, fast is really fun. But I am kind of a purist, I think. I just like being on the bike. And for whatever reason, it's just really soothing to me, very enjoyable, even when it's kind of cold like this. Hello, person and your dog. Just because it kind of clears my mind a bit. My mind is always going. I always have a lot of things on my plate, and it's hard to get away from that. Between school and, you know, everything else. If you've ever seen the movie What Women Want, it's totally like that in my brain. Constantly making to-do lists and everything else. So being on the bike for me is a real joy, because especially when I'm motovlogging, you have to be really present on the road, paying attention to the cars and the road situations, that you don't have a lot of time to think about those things. So it's really nice. So I've never been in trouble with the law. No tickets, no pullovers. I'm a good girl. As far as bikes themselves go, I've had a few. I got asked a couple questions about why I chose this bike as my current bike, so we'll have to go into that, because I will have to say this is probably the most confident and comfortable I've been on any of the motorcycles I've owned. My 07 Gixxer, very fast and wonderful. I loved it, but I will totally admit it wasn't ideal for me as a beginner, because I didn't lower it right away, and so I was tiptoeing everywhere, and you know, it's not good when you're 5'2". Like, even though the Gixxers naturally seem to have a smaller seat height than most stock bikes, it was difficult because when you're pedaling around on your tippy toes everywhere, it makes it hard to concentrate on what you're really supposed to be doing. And if when you come to a stop or when you go, you're just constantly worried about dumping the bike, you spend a lot less time concentrating and or thinking about things like, where's that other car? You know, am I giving it enough throttle? Am I letting off the clutch well enough not to kill it? And so I got really bad stage fright. I would tippy toe and worry about that, and then I would kill it. And then because I killed it, I'd get anxious. And then when I got anxious, I started to not think about what I was doing, which is always bad. So this bike has been a joy for me because I've really gotten to improve my skills and just enjoy riding. I had a 99 GZ250, as I mentioned in my last video, which is like the bikes you learn on when you go to any of the MSF beginner classes. And that bike scared the shit out of me. It just, compared to my Gixxer, it was underpowered, and I had gotten it after my Gixxer, so I really kind of got used to the throttle response. And on that 250, I was terrified because I'd give it what I felt was the appropriate amount of throttle, and it wouldn't be enough. And so I'd kill it in intersections, and like I said, I get that weird thing that when I stall out, or at least when I used to, when I would stall out, I would get nervous, and I wouldn't pay attention to what I was doing, which made it more dangerous and more nerve-wracking. Oh, don't tell me we got the train. Did we get the train, or did we just get silly people? So, it's funny because I just had stage fright. I have to work at being a good rider. It's not something that comes terribly natural to me. So that 250, with my feet out in front of me and what I felt to be underpowered, you know, cruiser style bike, it just wasn't my thing. And it made me a little hesitant to ride. Like, it kind of took the fun out of it for me because I was always so afraid that I couldn't really enjoy it. So I took a little bit of time off from riding after we sold the 250. I did sell the Gixxer before the 250, and oh my goodness, kind of covered that in my last video. Talk about heartbreak. But I sold the Gixxer, then I sold the GZ, and I took a little bit of time off from riding. Because when I had that 250, I just didn't like it, I'll be honest. I mean, I couldn't enjoy it. And when I finally got around to the point where I could both want the bike and afford it at the same time, my boyfriend at the time started kind of poking around for something that would make us both happy, because he worried about me a lot on my 600, and for very good reasons. I just wasn't competent enough to handle that bike, especially because we didn't have it lowered until like a few weeks before I sold it. So I was awful dangerous on it sometimes, and it just became a point of contention in our relationship. But we started looking, and you know, we didn't have a ton to spend. Times, you know, when you're a broke college student, you don't really have a lot of free extra money to just blow. And so he pulled up this picture of a nice yellow bike with I call it a humpback tank. And I was like, oh, you know, I don't know. And it was kind of sporty looking. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't a cruiser, so I was happy about that. No offense to you cruiser guys. Like I said, just feet out in front of me are not good when you're short for some reason, or at least for me. I didn't feel comfortable. And so I was like, well, I don't know. You know, I really want another Gixxer. Another Gixxer. Good grief. And he said, no, I really think this one will be good for you. I wish you'd just give it a chance. So kind of to make my partner happy, kind of appeased him. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a chance, you know. A bike is a bike, and I've got the itch bad. It's been a while. Let's just do it. So we got the bike, or, well, back up. We went looking for the bike, spent a Saturday out where we had totally just, you know, we went to dealerships looking at them. We went to couple private parties looking at them, and either they were way overpriced for what, you know, what they had to offer, or they just, you know, weren't in good shape. There's various reasons why we just couldn't make it work out. And so we went to dinner that night after a long day of looking, and we said, well, let's give this lady some room. I'm tailgating again. See, I told you guys, I'm very, very naughty. I tailgate, and it just, not good. I'm gonna get smushed one of these days if I'm not careful. So keep me accountable. So we went looking, we went to dinner after that, and we just decided, well, maybe this just is not the right time for a bike. You know, maybe something out there is telling us that with the lack of options, it's just not the time we should do it. So anyway, that's how we got this one, because he didn't stop looking while I did. And it was funny because a girl that had posted it, my bike, my current bike, has only ever been owned by a girl, which is kind of cool, you know. And only ever been owned by a chick. And she had posted it under the wrong, you know, heading, I guess you could say. It had already been lowered. It only had, like, I think it was 1,800 miles on it. Had only ever been owned by, like, a girl or two girls or something like that. So neither one of them put many miles on it. And she had posted it under Craigslist, under, like, an FR6 or something like that. Something completely different than what it is. And because she did that, she wasn't getting many hits on it. So my boyfriend, when he messaged her, he told her that, you know, we were looking for a bike, but, you know, we weren't looking to spend too much. We made her an offer, and she was like, oh, yep, I'll take it. So he texted me, and he said, oh, well, hey, you want to go pick up your new bike or today or tomorrow? I was like, whoa, today? But what are you talking about? Well, of course today. You didn't even have to ask that. I'm going to get some fish food, by the way. Look, PetSmart. Trucks, people. This area is weird. It's probably because it's next to a Walmart. But, so, we made her an offer for about what we wanted to spend. And she took it. So we went and got it. Good, how are you? So, made an offer and took it home. And it's been a great bike. It was already pre-lowered. There's our fish food. Ah. It's a huge, either tiny or huge, really.
Good, and thank you for that donation. Have we told you that 90 cents of every dollar that you donate does go directly to help homeless pets in Colorado?
No, but that's awesome. Thank you.
You are welcome.
You have a good one.
You too. Be safe out there.
Thank you. Oh, he's always here, and she's so nice. I don't trust you. Just go. So that's how I got this baby. It's a great bike. Very good for I guess you could say beginners, or anybody looking to take long trips but still like the sport bike look of it.